Well, hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, Gospel Simplicity, a place where we are passionate about the beautiful simplicity and transformative power of the gospel, the good news about Jesus. We're out to talk about life, Jesus, and the journey of faith in a real, honest, and open way. So if that at all interests you and you haven't already, I'd really encourage you to hit subscribe down below to become a part of what we're doing here on this channel. Well guys, I'm excited to be here with you today because today we're doing a video that's been a long time in the making. I think it's a video you'll be excited about because anytime I talk about Moody, you all seem to enjoy it. And I'll be honest, I'm excited because I've kind of always wanted to do a Q&A video, but this is a topic that we actually have enough questions on to make that work. So today we are going to do just that. We're going to answer some of your questions that you've asked me, whether mainly in YouTube comments. Some of you guys have messaged me on Instagram and asked me various questions about life at Moody, what's it like, and I want to answer those for you here today. For almost all of these questions, I've already answered them individually, but chances are that person isn't the only person who's wondering about this. So if you're considering coming to Moody, if you're just curious about it, this video's for you, and hopefully this answers some of your questions. And if you have more questions, be sure to leave me a comment letting me know. I'll respond to you individually. Maybe if we have enough, we'll make another video like this. But anyway, let's jump into it. I've got a list here, and we're just gonna go straight through them. So the first two questions are kind of similar, and the first question is it hard? I don't really know how to define that. Maybe for some people, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of reading. If you don't like reading, you'll probably think it's hard. I mean, it depends on what professors you get, depends on what classes you're taking. I mean, it's like any college, you know, it's work, and there's going to be classes that are harder than others. I know that's not like a great answer. I think it just depends on who you are. I don't think it's so difficult that it should scare you from coming here, though, if that's kind of what you're getting at. And then the next question is related. Is it hard to get in? And honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I know it used to be harder than it is now. I don't work in admissions. I got in, so no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, again, don't let that be something to discourage you from applying to any school. I don't think that's a good reason. I mean, I guess there's financial things, like if you're going to pay $80 to apply to Harvard and you have like a 2.0, probably not a great idea. But I would not discount applying to Moody because of grades. It's a very holistic process from what I understand about their admissions process. It's a lot on your essays. The application is long, but they really want to see who you are, not just what your grades are. It's not that they don't look at that, but from what I understand, that's only one small factor in the overall picture. So my biggest encouragement would be just apply and see what happens from there. All right, the next question for you guys. People have asked, what's my major? That's a great question. I am a theology major, which you would think would be like everyone at Moody, but not quite. It's actually kind of a small major here at Moody. It's one major of 3 in the Bible and theology department here with biblical studies and biblical languages. And there's a bunch of other departments, whether it's, you know, education or human services. Communication is really big here. And then there's like youth, men, pastoral, all types of stuff. So there's a real variety. You don't have to want to be a pastor to come to Moody. But yeah, my major is theology. I love it. If you're going to come to Moody, be a theology major. That's what all the cool kids are doing. Or do whatever you want. I do whatever you want. Anyway, someone asked, what Bible do you all use there? That's a good question. Whatever you want. You can use any Bible that you wish. There's not like one that you have to use for all of your classes. I'll say like the fan favorite on campus here at Moody is ESV, the English Standard Version, published by Crossway, just not too far away in Wheaton. That's a really popular Bible. It's a very faithful translation. I use it at times. They give you a free one when you come in, so that's convenient. I keep that one in my backpack because it's small and light. But yeah, you can use whatever Bible you want. That's really up to you. But a lot of people like the ESV here. All right, next question also about books. Someone asked, are books expensive at Moody like at other colleges, or does it depend on the class? And that's a really good question because I know people who spend tons and tons of money on college textbooks. My girlfriend goes to a liberal arts school, public university, and some of her textbooks are like $300, and it's insane. I'm happy to tell you I have never spent anything close to that on books here at Moody. There might be some for some classes that are, I don't know any that are that expensive, but that are more expensive than others. But no, for the most part, you read a lot of books that aren't that expensive. I've had to buy a lot of books because you use a lot of books, but you can get them cheap from other students used, and you won't be spending a crazy amount of money on books. At least you shouldn't be. Okay, transitioning into kind of different questions, perhaps more interesting here. What is campus life like? That's a great question, and something you should really be considering as you're looking into colleges. What kind of school do you want to go to? And while academics are obviously very important and what the school stands for, very important, your campus life experience is going to be a huge part of your college experience. And so if you're looking at Christian colleges like Moody, then you want to think about, what is the culture like? Is it a faithful community? Is it people who are passionate about following Jesus? Is it kind of a lukewarm community? Is it mixed? And I'll say campus life here at Moody, the community is really fantastic. When you come to Moody, you will stay potentially on the same floor for all 4 years. We have, on one floor, you'll have seniors and freshmen, which creates a really interesting community where you can kind of just be mentored by people who have been here a little longer and then return that favor to others. And then your floor will be paired up with a floor of the opposite sex. So like every guy floor has a sister floor, vice versa. And that's really cool. Those floors generally tend to do a lot together. They'll have events, and most of them eat lunch together, and so you just get plugged in that way. But my favorite thing perhaps about Moody in general, but definitely about campus life, is just being around so many people who are sold out for God. It's such a blessing and a privilege to be surrounded by people like that. They inspire me, and they will build up your faith. And obviously this is what you're going to put into it. Like, if you want to just never talk to anyone, you can do that. But if you want to have deep relationships with people who love the Lord, then you're going to find them in abundance here at Moody. And that's truly, truly something special and a big thing to consider as you're looking at schools. Another thing about campus life, obviously outside of just the campus, people ask, what's it like living in the city? Because Moody, if you don't know, is located in downtown Chicago. Like, some schools will say we're in Chicago and they're like 40 minutes out in cornfields and like past the suburbs. Does not count, not Chicago. Moody in Chicago. We are downtown in a beautiful location, and I absolutely love that. Our campus is pretty small, but it feels like the entire city is our campus. You get passes for all the public transportation that you can use for free, and that's incredible. You get to explore the city and see so much, and you get to do ministry in this amazing, amazing city. You'll fall in love with Chicago. It's really great. So that's another just vibrant part of campus life, that hey, you can walk down the street and be in the third largest city in the US. Actually, you don't even have to walk down the street, but it's just such a cool thing to be able to be in the heart of such an exciting and vibrant city. But along those same lines, people ask, well, what if you're not a city person? And to that, I say, you won't be alone. First of all, I know lots and lots of people at Moody who aren't city people. And this is a question I think I've gotten multiple times. Like, hey, Moody sounds great, but I'm from the country. I don't know if I can do that. I first would say, it's fun to try something new. You might not think you're a city person, but if you've never lived in a city, you can't really know if you're not a city person. And I think a lot of people end up falling in love with the city. Of course, there's people who will go through their whole time at Moody and they just never become fans of the city. They don't like the trains. They don't like the sounds. They just don't like it. And I get that, and that's fine. But even a lot of those people still really enjoy their time at Moody. You don't have to interact with the city. I think it would be a shame to be here for 4 years, 3 years, however long you're here, and to not get to know the city of Chicago. I mean, you're not going to have another chance anytime soon to live in this nice of an area in the city and to have free public transportation and to get around and have this amount of free time. Like, take advantage of it. But if you hate the city, you can still love your time at Moody. But I would encourage you, yeah, branch out, try something new. Not many people who come to Moody grew up in big cities, so we get to experience something fun and exciting. Along those lines as well, someone asked me, should I bring a car to Moody? First thing, if you're a freshman, chances are you won't be able to bring a car. But second thing, you really don't need it. like I said, you have that free transportation all over the city. Our transportation system in Chicago is really, really good. It's really well connected. And yeah, so you don't really need your car. I know people who have cars. It might be nice at times. I have a car. I didn't bring it out here, and I don't really plan on doing so because I just wouldn't really use it. I can walk everywhere. I can take the train. It's just easier. So I don't think you need to bring a car here. People asked if it's just a liability, like is it going to get stolen? It's pretty safe. We have public safety officers around, but I mean, there's always a chance that something could happen. But the biggest thing is I just don't think you'll need it. I don't think you'll want to drive in the city and deal with all that traffic when you could walk, take the train, etc. We're, like I said, in a great location, really well connected to things. So I can't think of a need for it. But if you get here and then the next semester you decide, hey, you know, I think I want a car, that's an option. If you have a car, you can bring it. All right, and then the last question I have is one that we've kind of already hit, and it's just, what's it like being downtown? I think it's awesome, in case you couldn't tell that already. So many opportunities for ministry with just so many people around you, and you get to just broaden your perspective, rubbing shoulders with so many different people. There's so many cultures represented here, and again, it's what you make of it. You can stay in your dorm and you cannot see the city, and that's up to you. I think that would be a real shame though, because it's a really amazing opportunity to be here in downtown. And I would really encourage you, if you've never been here and you're thinking about coming to Moody, if at all possible, come out and visit and just get a taste of what it's like and just see for yourself what this city has to offer. And the longer you're here, I think you'll enjoy it more and see more and just get a greater appreciation for this city. So there you go, guys. That is our Moody Q&A. I was really excited to do that. And if you have questions about Moody or anything, I would love to make more of these question and answer videos. Thank you so much, though, for watching this video. Seriously, that means so much. And if you're thinking about applying to Moody, I just say congratulations. That's awesome. I hope it works out. But whatever God's plan is for it, I'm sure that will be what is best for you in the end. And if it's here, I'd love to meet you one day and just say hi, and thanks for watching the video. Anyway, guys, until next time, be on the lookout for more videos, and as always, be sure to go out and love God and love others, because that will change the world. Peace. Love you guys so much. See you next time.